Alright guys, finally getting to the Heritage Grill project. I was able to get my Heritage Grill from Becky Doyle at Rogers Chevrolet. Everything looks really nice. Did a really good job on paint matching. So I'm pretty happy with it. Hopefully this won't take too long. We'll be able to get this thing going. Alright, the tools we're going to need for the Heritage Grill install: a 7mm nut driver. You can use a 7mm socket and ratchet if you want to, but the nut driver is going to be easy. 1/4 inch ratchet, a 6-inch extension, and a 10mm socket. That's all you're going to need. I wouldn't go any longer than a 6-inch extension. You can go a little bit shorter if you want, but that seemed to work pretty well, and you'll see what I mean later. We need a T20 Torx driver, and then just a few different sizes of screwdrivers, and that's all we needed. So we'll get started on the install so you guys can see how it went down. Alright, first thing we did, after some advice from some friends who've done this before, Randy in particular, everybody said to jack up the car to get the suspension to uncompress so you can reach under the fender well. So obviously I'm using the second brace there to jack the car up. Okay, now we're going to get the 2 bolts underneath. It's a 10mm bolt. We'll climb underneath here. You can see what I'm talking about. Pretty easy to get to. Excuse the dirt underneath my car and scratches. We'll just get these off real quick. It actually come off really easy. If you had a 10mm nut driver, it'd probably be even easier. There we go. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is get these little fasteners out. It's a two-piece fastener. So this is the part that's down in the car, and it clicks in there, and then this is the part that actually locks it in place, and you can see it's grooved so it only goes in one way. Okay, so the way these fasteners work is, you can see there's a gap right there that's just big enough to slide a screwdriver in, so you need to spin it so you can get a screwdriver in that gap. I'm going to switch hands here and make it easier. And you just kind of work the screwdriver in. So again, you just put the screwdriver in there and turn it up from the center out. So this is in there. You want to rotate this, put the screwdriver in off to the left, and rotate the inside of the screwdriver out. If you rotate it this way, it doesn't really do anything. If you rotate it this way, it gives you enough leverage to pop the center out. Cool. Okay, on either side of the front fascia, there's these 2 hex bolts here. I decided to go ahead and leave these on for now. I was afraid that if I took these off and then went underneath the fender well to get the other bolts, the other fasteners, that the whole thing might fall off the front. So I'm going to go ahead and leave these on to make sure it doesn't fall off. There's one there. The second one's right there. Right there. Alright, here we go. Okay, these are the 3 Torx screws, and they're actually pretty easy. If you, like we did with mine, if you jack the car up just enough to get the wheels to spin, you turn the tires inboard, and you can actually get right in here with a screwdriver. This is a T20 Torx, and you can just get them off. One. 3. Alright, to get the next part of the job, back over on the driver's side, we need to drop the fender well down a little bit. So we're going to get that snap there, and we're going to get that one there. Okay, we're going to get this fastener out now. Like we showed you up above, just get it in there, rotate it out from the inside out, and this pops right out. Cool. Alright, now what that should allow me to do with that one out, should be able to just pull this fender well down far enough to let me get access. Okay, again, we're on the driver's side, and right behind the running light, if you pull the fender open, you can see there's a 7mm nut right there. So it's pretty easy to get with a nut driver if you've got one. Otherwise, you can use a ratchet, but it's not going to be as easy. But just get the nut driver in there. Pretty straightforward. Out it comes. Okay, again, on the driver's side, you come inside the fender well, pull the fender well away, right inside the fender well. So you got to get an idea where they are. If you come in from the signal, the running light, you can see them. One's about even with the running light, the middle one is just above it, and then the top one's way up in there near the top. Basically, if you can just reach your hands up in there, once you loosen it, you can get it out pretty easy. Well, that sucked, but it's out. So now we can get these two. These will be a lot easier, I think. Once you get it loose, they come off pretty easy. It's just breaking it loose is the hard part. Get this bottom one off, and then I'll get the rest of it. I'll get them out with my fingers. Alright, back on the driver's side again. There's a bolt here that I kind of missed. I wasn't really paying attention to. I don't know if I can show it to you, but just right there. So it's right around, it's basically what holds the running light in place. So if you come around behind it, you can see there's a large bolt and nut that holds the two pieces of metal together, and then right behind that we got to get that one off. And that one snuck up on me. So that one should be pretty easy. Should be able to get a ratchet on it, knock it off, should be good to go. There we go. get that on the other side. That one's not near as bad as those 3 that are up there. Okay, so we got everything out now. Pull the last bolt out. And then we're just going to pull it away. So if you bring the camera over here, if you grab it down here on the fender well and up here and just kind of move it out, you'll see there's these guideposts. Slide it out.
Let me see the guideposts.
And just pull it off. There's a wiring harness in here somewhere that we gotta find. Looks like it's on the left. Yeah, right here. Can you see that? Right down here. We just clip it, pulls off, and off comes the fascia. So that harness is here, right underneath the headlight, on the passenger side, comes out and connects right there. If you can see that, I can't quite make it connect in film. Basically, you just push down right here on that tab, and it pops right out pretty easy. So it's really not that hard, but you got to be looking for that when you pull it off. If you just jerk the fascia off, you're going to pull this out and have some problems. You can see we got all these clips here, and that's what we're going to have to mess with to get the stock grill out. So we'll start working on that. You can see the edge right here, so we need to push this towards me. Remember, I'm reaching over the top of the fascia, so the fascia would be on the car like this. So you guys kind of get an idea, right? So we're reaching in over the top to get at these clips. Try to get them off. Okay, the best way to do this is to push the clip towards you. Get a pretty good size screwdriver. Push the clip towards you, again reaching over the top. We kind of wedge it down, pop that out. We'll just do that all the way around. Okay, this one here is a little tricky. Really just need to kind of grab the end and just pop it up like that. It pops off. Let's get this one, pull up on the grill. There's one more, pull up on the grill. I already got that one, I already got that one, so there's a couple more. Just kind of use 2 hands. There we go. Okay, now that whole top section's off. Now we got to get the same thing, the clips on the bottom, and we got to take these off too. Okay, so with these clips, they're kind of designed not to come off, so just wedge your screwdriver in there, get it all the way across, and get the bottom end off first. And you can see they're like teeth. You can see there's little teeth inside there that make them a pain to get off. But okay, now that we got the clips off, the metal clips off these things, now we got to do just the same thing we did before and pull up on the grill while we pop these out. Okay, so basically now that we've got all the clips out on the top and the bottom, there's 2 big clips you got to get out. And this is pretty easy. You just push on it real hard with your thumb and it pushes through the back side. Comes out. Same over here. Just get it with your thumb and pull. There we go. Now the grill should just come out. Arms aren't that long, but there you go. There's the stock grill.